Are your daily habits secretly ruining your life? Most people think their future is shaped by big decisions, the career they choose, the city they move to, the opportunities they accept. But in reality, it is the small, repeated actions you take every single day that quietly build or destroy your future over time. Today, we're going to talk about 5 habits that seem harmless on the surface but slowly sabotage your growth, your success, and your happiness without you even realizing it. The first destructive habit is procrastination disguised as preparation. Many people believe they are being productive when they research endlessly, watch tutorials, or wait for the perfect moment, but what they are really doing is avoiding action because action feels uncomfortable and uncertain. Imagine someone who wants to start a business but spends years planning logos, researching markets, and watching motivational videos instead of launching even a small version of their idea. They feel busy, but they are stuck. Procrastination gives temporary comfort because it removes the risk of failure, but it also removes the possibility of progress. Over time, this habit erodes confidence because every delay sends a subtle message to your brain. I don't trust myself to act. The solution is not waiting until you feel ready, because readiness is often an illusion. Instead, focus on small imperfect action. Set a rule. If something takes less than 5 minutes to start, begin immediately. Momentum is the antidote to procrastination, and consistent action builds confidence far faster than endless thinking. The second destructive habit is consuming more than you create. In the digital age, it is incredibly easy to spend hours scrolling social media, watching videos, reading opinions, and absorbing information without producing anything meaningful yourself. Consumption feels productive because you are learning or being entertained. But when it becomes unbalanced, it traps you in a passive mindset where you admire others' success instead of building your own. Think about someone who watches hours of fitness content but never exercises, or someone who studies productivity techniques without implementing them. Over time, excessive consumption leads to comparison, self-doubt, and mental overload. You start believing everyone else is moving forward while you remain stuck. Creation, on the other hand, activates growth because it forces you to think, experiment, and face challenges directly. Whether it's writing, building, coding, drawing, starting a project, or solving real problems, creating transforms knowledge into experience. A simple rule to break this habit is the consume-create balance. For every hour you spend consuming content, dedicate equal or greater time to producing something of your own. The third destructive habit is surrounding yourself with negative environments and influences. Humans are deeply shaped by their surroundings, the people they talk to, the conversations they hear, and the expectations placed on them. If you constantly engage with people who complain, criticize, or discourage growth, you slowly begin to adopt the same mindset. For example, imagine someone who wants to learn new skills or pursue a dream, but their social circle repeatedly says things like, "That's unrealistic. People like us don't succeed," or "Why even try?" Even if those comments are subtle, they create psychological resistance that drains motivation. Negative environments also include digital spaces filled with arguments, outrage, and toxic comparison, which can distort your perception of reality and make progress feel impossible. Changing your environment does not necessarily mean abandoning relationships, but it does mean intentionally choosing what influences you. Follow people who inspire action, engage in communities that support growth, and seek conversations that challenge you positively rather than limit you. The fourth destructive habit is ignoring physical and mental health in pursuit of short-term comfort or productivity. Many people sacrifice sleep, movement, and emotional well-being because they believe success requires constant hustle. But neglecting health is like building a house on a weak foundation. Eventually, everything collapses. For example, someone who sleeps only 4 hours a night may initially feel productive, but over time their focus declines, decision-making worsens, and burnout becomes inevitable. Similarly, avoiding emotional reflection or stress management can lead to anxiety that silently undermines performance. Small daily choices, Drinking enough water, maintaining consistent sleep, exercising regularly, and taking breaks compound over time just like unhealthy habits do. Treat health as a long-term investment rather than an optional extra. When your body and mind function well, every other area of life improves. The fifth destructive habit is living without clear direction or intentional goals. Many people drift through life reacting to circumstances instead of actively shaping their future. Without a clear vision, it becomes easy to waste time on activities that feel urgent but are not meaningful. Imagine sailing a boat without a destination. No matter how hard you row, you may end up nowhere important. Lack of direction leads to frustration because effort feels disconnected from progress. The solution is not having a perfect life plan, but defining a general direction. What skills do you want to build? What kind of person do you want to become? And what values guide your decisions? Write down 3 priorities for the next year and align your daily actions with them. Goals provide a filter that helps you say no to distractions and yes to meaningful opportunities. Now, you might be wondering why these habits are so powerful. It's because they are subtle and socially acceptable. Procrastination looks like planning, consumption looks like learning. Negative environments look normal if you've always been in them. Neglecting health looks like dedication, and lack of direction looks like freedom. That's why they quietly shape your future without triggering immediate alarm. But here's the empowering truth. Just as small habits can destroy your future, small positive changes can rebuild it. Replace procrastination with action, replace passive consumption with creative output, replace negative influences with supportive ones, replace self-neglect with self-care, and replace drifting with intentional direction. Change does not require a dramatic overnight transformation. It requires consistent small adjustments repeated daily. For example, start your morning with one meaningful task instead of scrolling your phone. Limit social media to specific time blocks. Spend time each week reflecting on your progress and adjusting your goals. Celebrate small wins because progress fuels motivation. Remember that your future is not determined by luck alone. It is shaped by what you repeatedly do when nobody is watching. Every choice either moves you closer to your potential or further away from it. The good news is that habits are not fixed. They are patterns, and patterns can be changed with awareness and practice. If you recognize yourself in any of these destructive habits, don't feel discouraged. Awareness is the first step toward transformation. Imagine where you could be 1 year from now if you replaced even one negative habit with a positive alternative. Growth is not about perfection. It's about progress, consistency, and courage to change. So take a moment today to reflect honestly. Which habit is holding you back the most? And what is one small action you can take right now to shift your trajectory? Your future self is built by your present actions, and the power to change is already within your reach. Change these habits now, take control of your daily choices, and start building the life you truly want. And if you found this message valuable, inspiring, or motivating, don't forget to subscribe to Mindshift Global